This is a Glass Box Media podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to My Worst Date. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
Okay, I found this article, The Erogenous Zone You Love Most, based on your zodiac sign.
Okay, I love this. Okay,
All right. So let's go through them. We'll
Can't
do
wait.
all of them because I feel like I don't want our listeners to feel like they're being left out.
Great.
Okay.
So Aries, always first.
Yep.
I am jealous. Because,
That I'm always first?
yeah.
Because you're always last?
Because I'm always last.
I know.
And every time when I follow those like astrology accounts.
You're like scroll.
Oh my God.
scroll.
And they always do them in two separate posts, right? To
Yeah.
get everything
Yes.
in. And like almost all of mine, with the exception of my rising is a Taurus. So that's second. But like every other one, like my Venus, my Mars, my moon, my sun, all of them are in the second half of the zodiac. So I'm just like sitting there waiting.
You're like, hurry up.
Come on. Okay. Aries. Aries are super bold, independent individuals. The erogenous zone they'll find most exciting is their hands because there are a ton of nerves in the fingers and palms. Fingies. Ooh,
I mean,
and Aries
Do you
will
like to hold hands?
yearn
No.
to take pleasure into their own hands
I mean,
by using their erogenous zone to stimulate their partner at the very same time. That makes sense to me because you're like
I could
in,
do that.
out, let's get the party going. Like
Yeah.
I
Totally.
see that completely.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't feel like hands are useful. I don't think of them as an erogenous zone, though. It's not like you push on something.
Have you
and
ever
it's like,
gotten like a hand massage though?
oh, yeah. Hand massages are nice.
I mean,
but they
I
don't
know,
make
or
an
Don't like
orgasm.
turn
Yeah,
you on.
exactly.
but
Exactly.
It feels really,
It's
really
nice.
good.
It would be a
But
real
it's not-
weird day at the like nail salon.
Although
I
like,
did-
what is happening?
I was on Post Secret the other day, and somebody said that they getting pedicures made them orgasm, like when they go to get pedicures.
Oh no.
And they're
Could
like,
you fucking imagine you're a fucking
they don't get paid well enough.
No.
Absolutely.
for
you
that,
better
no.
fucking tip them so
you
well
keep your weird kinky shit.
off somebody else.
And
Because
okay, sorry, that sounded kink shamey. I'm not
no.
saying that. I'm just saying you have to. People need permission.
That's exactly
Consent.
right.
I need to consent to be a part of your kink. Okay.
Exactly.
We've always said, not kink shame, but when it means two consenting adults.
Right.
That's somebody that's
Consent.
getting paid to be there.
Yes.
That's
You're
not,
consent-
and not
they're
paid
not consenting.
enough. Yeah.
They're not consenting to that.
Yes.
They're consenting to rub your feet and take out your calluses and shit, but they ain't fucking consenting
To get you off.
no.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, I'm angry. It makes me so angry.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay. Taurus. Taurans have the same energy as the Lux babes in Botticelli's paintings.
I love it.
You know those Renaissance pieces that depict lush bodies draped across couches and bowls of fruit nearby? I love this energy. They have BTE, big Taurus energy. This sign loves glamour and feeling pampered, so their erogenous zone of choice is likely their neck. They love to tip their necks back and have a lover kiss them slowly from their chin to their collarbones. I actually like.
I mean, I like that
little
too.
A neck
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Great. Gemini. Geminis get bored easily, so they love heightened sensations that deliver a shock to their system. Their fave erogenous zone is their scalp. For one reason and one reason only, some good old-fashioned hair pulling. Okay. I was like, a scalp massage. And Cassie, as a hairstylist, that's got to set you on edge.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I hate that.
Somebody orgasmed while you're giving them a hair massage.
I was not consenting.
I don't like it. Cancer. Cancers love to connect with someone on a super deep level. Their ideal erogenous zone is their inner thighs because it's a super vulnerable, sensitive spot. In order to get this crab going, lightly kiss, I don't like that. Lightly kiss or brush their inner thigh during foreplay.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, so far I'm in on all of these.
Yeah, I'm in for it. Yeah. Leos are known for thriving in the spotlight and being the center of attention. Their erogenous zone of choice is likely their nipples because it gives both partners a front row seat to the action.
Yeah.
Listen. Yeah.
I love that. Okay.
That works for me too.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
And so far I'm like, tick.
Yeah, none of these are bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Virgo. Virgos love to give and receive acts of service. They will likely enjoy having their lower back stimulated because it's an area of the body they can't kiss on their own.
Yeah.
Kneeling over your Virgo bae and kissing down their back will make them feel weak in the best possible way. I don't know. What
Someone
thoughts?
I don't like.
Thoughts on that?
I mean, I like a back. Actually, no. Let me be honest. I have a very bold statement to make here.
Okay.
Partners
Do it.
shouldn't be
I
given
know what it is.
back
I
massages.
hear it.
Dude, I have never gotten a good back massage
true.
from a guy.
No.
Never.
Ever.
Pay for
ever.
it. Go to a professional.
You're not a professional.
Go to a professional. Also,
It always hurts. I'm like, bro, I
do
am
you
a
think?
person, not like a fucking loaf of bread or whatever. It is so hard. I'm like, soft, gentle. Like, no.
yeah, you don't know what you're doing well enough for
Yeah.
that. Also,
I feel like you're going to damage more than you're going to do good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
be
to go to
more
a-
sore.
I'm going to have to go to a massage therapist to undo what
did
you've
you-
done.
I mean, we grew up in the early aughts and 90s. So did you ever have that person, probably you worked with them, that came up behind you and real hard massage your shoulders and neck? You're like,
God.
Oh my God. So, at my old job
no, I knew it.
at
I
the
knew it.
theater company,
Inappropriate.
I already know.
there was a guy, G-Lo, that worked there, and we always had to like be staffed on the floor because everyone would work at these like would sit at these circle tables to watch the show, and G-Lo thought that another cast member was sitting at one of the tables, so during the middle of a theater performance comes up behind her and just starts massaging. It was a fucking stranger.
They're like, this show comes with neck massage.
But you know what?
So weird.
That's what you get. That's what you get.
Honestly.
Because you should not.
No,
God.
even if it's a coworker.
I still laugh about that
It's
so
so
much
good.
because I just think how fucking awkward that must have been.
Could you imagine you're sitting there enjoying a show and then all of a sudden, you
would have punched somebody.
I would have accidentally punched
Yeah,
somebody.
100%. 100%.
Oh my God.
I also feel like this really plays into that Virgo stereotype of just like, oh, we work hard, so I have to have my
Yeah.
lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only
I just-
reason I don't like it.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
like my back touched. I love like a pet.
a gentle
Like a-
caress,
Like a cat. Yeah.
like a cat.
Exactly.
Okay, Libra. The best way to win over a Libra is by making them feel really freaking good. Isn't that the best way to win over?
I mean,
Anybody? Yeah.
They love foreplay and the chance to experiment with new sensations. Their fave erogenous zone starts at the nape of their neck and goes all the way down their spine. Again, the back.
Yeah. I mean,
I like the nape of the neck.
yeah, I love
I
nape of the
agree.
neck is very,
Yeah.
very erotic.
Neck
zone.
in general, I
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like is a sexy part of your body.
Yeah.
But a standing behind me kiss on nape and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot.
That's hot. I like it.
Scorpio. Put plainly, Scorpios love sex.
You don't
They are
say.
confident about their talent in the bedroom and enjoy the excitement that comes with switching things up. Their fave erogenous zone will be somewhere they've never tried stimulating before, their knees.
Oh,
No.
There are a bunch of nerves in the back of your
Okay.
knees
That-
that can feel incredible.
I feel like people try to keep pressing this thing like knees are a thing.
No.
Knees and armpits and like inner elbows. Like we don't need everybody.
No.
We have it's enough.
Yeah.
Okay? It's enough. Sagittarius. Sagittarians are super adaptable signs that are widely known for their desire to explore. The preferred erogenous zone is likely their lips because there's so much undiscovered terrain to cover. Since the lips are packed,
Really?
isn't the lips are packed with nerves, kissing a partner anywhere will satisfy a sag.
Sure.
Okay.
I like kissing.
I love
Yeah.
a makeout session. I love it.
that's
So
fine.
I get it. But Capricorn. This sign is known for its ambition and steadfast approach to getting what they want. Though this Capricorn loves some foreplay, they ultimately prefer to turn up the thermostat of their hookups. Capricorn's erogenous zone of choice is likely their ears. An ear lick, kiss, or bite can elevate the vibe of even the most average makeout
I
session.
know that there's
A
people
lick-
that love. I know that there's people who actually like are in that turns them on. I've been with somebody who that is like a big turn on.
Yeah.
For
it's-
me, it's a Nick.
Yeah,
It's an
I
X
just
for
don't
me.
like to hear the slurpy
The sound.
Yeah, I'm not an ASMR kind of person, so
What if
it's,
they had the Ghostbusters song turned up real loud?
there we go.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking. Yeah, no, I don't love. I don't love feeling like my ears are when you get like liquid in your ears.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, it's the worst.
Like I hate that feeling. So someone licking inside my ear, at least, is a
no.
Also,
Rose will sometimes accidentally lick my ear, and I'm like, I don't think it's an accident for her, but for me it is. If you got my ear, that's an accident. I don't want you that close to my ear.
yeah,
grosses me out.
I also have my
wet willy.
AirPods in a lot of the time, so it can't be a super clean environment in there. It's not safe for anybody. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarians are curious signs that love excitement and spontaneity. Their ideal erogenous zone is the area of the stomach below the navel because they crave the anticipation of someone kissing their way from belly button to their nether regions.
I do like that.
I
That's
do
hot.
like that. It is.
Yeah, I like that. I can see that.
Kissing down the body is nice. I do like that. Okay, Pisces. Pisceans don't shy away from pleasure and passion. This sign loves passionate sex and isn't too shabby at it either. Thank you so much. Their favorite erogenous zone is likely their clitoris or penis head.
There we go.
Wow.
Can confirm.
You don't say. Said everyone.
Yeah.
Pisces or not.
Although they may enjoy other areas too, they don't necessarily have the patience to experiment when they know what feels good.
Just get there.
Get to the point.
Yeah.
We're trying to get there. We don't need to do. Stay away from my fucking ears. I don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what feels good. Go there.
Yes.
Do that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Amazing. Oh my gosh.
Oh God. What a
Yeah.
wild ride.
I felt like most of those are applicable to just
To
like everybody.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
just. I mean, yeah. This is a very
I
blanket.
always feel sad for Capricorns and Virgos.
Yeah, me too.
Because
I do
it's
too.
just like
They're like,
womp womp.
you guys like things that are practical.
You sexless machines.
Yes. Wait, mine was hands.
Fingy.
Fingy.
Well, listen, hands are a very quick way to get
Listen.
someone off, and we all know that you guys are Speedy Gonzalez over there, so maybe that's
Right.
what it's about.
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a very stereotypy list.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah.
I feel like every sign has that thing that they're stereotyped for, right? It's like Leo's center of attention.
Yeah.
You know, Capricorns are ambitious and
Yep.
love money. Virgos work really hard. I just feel like, you know, there's always that stuff, and it's not always true.
Well, I mean, we do have this thing that I think that we need to talk about. Cassie, you know, I've been extremely proud of you for going back and getting your degree in art history. I think I got a job for you.
okay. my ears are
Are you
perked.
ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
So it's from Elite Daily, and it says, this OnlyFans star rates dick pics for a living.
Oh.
I feel like you're being uniquely trained on how to give great insight.
Yes. Good feedback.
So if you're gonna get a dick pic, it
Quality
may as
feedback.
well like be like, oh wow, this is impressionist.
Yes.
you know.
No, I really like what you did with the lighting here. Or, you know.
I'm a little confused though, because I'm like, who needs this service?
Well, it's Siri Doll is an adult content creator, performer, and sex work advocate that makes her living rating dick pics.
Okay.
She's got 1 million followers.
I love
and
this for her.
huge success. So she's built her brand on OnlyFans. She's been on a Netflix documentary. The documentary Money Shot, the Pornhub story, she
Oh, I watched that,
explains
yeah.
a specific niche she's developed in recent years, rating penis photos over OnlyFish, private message, or video. So,
Only
But
fish.
you're being paid for this?
yeah,
Listen, you know what? I'm
people
into it.
people
Would
want to
do it.
know.
I'm not mad at her getting her coin. I'm just wondering why I would pay someone to tell me their opinion about
Girl, you
a dick.
wouldn't.
I'm
I'm
like,
saying, you wouldn't. But what you're actually paying for right here is not her opinion on your dick pic. You as a man with a peen, or a human with a peen,
Right.
The point here is, I want to show you how impressive my dick is.
Okay,
Right.
And I'm going to
is-
pay you to look at
Got
it so
it.
you can tell me how impressive my dick is.
Yeah,
That's
or,
what this is.
Or it could be, you know, there's
Humiliation
some
kink?
people.
They
Yeah,
want you to tell
exactly.
them it's like,
That's right. I mean, but
Interesting.
this is definitely, they're not like, is this a good one to send to Susan? Like,
yeah, I was like, is she giving tips on how to take better dick pics? Like, what is it? Like, she's like, the lighting here is bad, the angle is bad. We're, you know, like, because I
No,
feel like,
I think it's more about the penis. I think it's more about like people pay her to judge their peni.
They're more than
is
one.
that the plural?
I don't know if anybody has more than one
No.
peni.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean,
but
maybe.
so, yeah, I think that's more of the angle. I think you'd be good at that.
I would be good at that. I would also
You
be
give
good.
very direct
You'd be
feedback.
honest.
I would be honest.
Whereas, like, I think I'd be too nice. I wouldn't want to hurt anybody's feelings,
Yeah.
so I can't do that job.
Yeah. I would be good at it in the way that, like, I would also be like, do you want me to give you constructive feedback? Do you want me
to
like
be
I
honest?
want to be like a checkbox. Like
Yeah.
I want constructive feedback, or I want to be humiliated, or I want to be complimented.
You gotta tell me
and
what
then I'll
you
nail
want.
it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna nail it for you no matter what. But I will take your money for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Because, like, what if someone thought they had a really impressive one and you're like 2 stars?
Would you just sent back a laughing emoji?
Oh, no.
man.
You sent back that emoji that's just the fingers like an inch apart.
Listen, I got to be honest. I would be terrible at this because at the end of the day, like, a penis is a penis. And
Yeah.
I think they're all, like,
All right.
weird.
Weird.
Well, this is
I
what
agree.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, do you want to be humiliated? Then
Yeah.
listen, I'm happy to go down that path too, because I can definitely pull out the mean girl if I need to.
If one of us was going to be a
if you wanted it
dominatrix, it would be you
Oh,
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, I think.
I don't know, Christina. Like,
Yeah. Maybe I can be very direct, but I do struggle to be like explicitly mean to people. I think I'd be
you're like,
I think I'd
not
be
you.
pretty
You
good.
could do it. You could be explicitly mean to people.
I think if they asked you to,
Yeah.
Cassie, you would do it.
Yeah,
If you were asked.
Yeah.
I don't think
here's-
you'd be mean like if they didn't want it, but if they wanted you to be mean, I think that you
Yeah.
could get there. They're
Well,
paying
here-
you to fucking step on them in stilettos. I feel like you'd do it.
Here's the thing. I just want to be really good at whatever I do.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever the job is,
Yeah.
I just try to do it at my best.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
if that means you're asking me
Yeah.
to just fucking humiliate you, honey, buckle up.
Yeah.
I gotta say, genitalia pictures in general,
Yeah.
like, go. I don't want to see any of it.
No.
Any of it. And I, as somebody that has sent them before, man, like, I changed phones a while back and was cleaning out my camera phone to whip
That's
back.
a jump scare, isn't it?
Yeah.
Even if it's your own, you're
In
like,
your own, you're like, whoa, pussy.
and yeah, I don't know that I've ever sent
No.
a pussy picture. I don't think so.
I know I
yeah,
haven't.
I have, and it's.
I
doesn't
just
feel
it
like that
wouldn't
would-
turn me on to receive.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like even dick pictures don't.
Yeah, that's not it for me.
Yeah. No,
I
need more
appreciate.
context.
I appreciate what they can do.
I need more
context.
but I.
I got a drive folder that's just like.
Yeah.
Do you have a folder full of dick pics?
I swear to God.
you do.
Christina. It's literally called Spank Bank.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a hoarder of a lot of things, but
You're not a hoarder. You're a collector. It's
Oh
different.
my God.
You're a connoisseur.
yeah, it's like this
wow.
weird
I
thing.
kind
Like,
of want to see them now because I'm like the variety has got to be.
you would not
staggering.
be able to look at Eric again.
Oh,
You know?
no, I don't want to see Eric's.
No.
Hold on, pause. Do you have an entire folder of Eric's dick
Yeah.
pics? No. I thought you meant like from your dating days you had like a variety.
Does he know that you can see it anytime you want?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to see
We
that.
got in trouble because we were putting other things in. It's a shared Google Drive because we were sharing videos with each other when we were first dating.
Put that shit in the Google Cloud.
Oh yeah, it's up
going
there.
on. No.
Well, if I go down, he goes down too. So there, that's what's up.
My God.
I'm not kidding. You need to put a lock on that, especially if this is going out into the world.
Yeah.
Somebody
Oh,
could
I
hack
know.
your shit.
We're getting that off immediately,
You
if
got
not
it.
sooner. But
Oh my God. I'm shook.
I am too. I don't know why I thought it was better when it was like,
A
oh, you
multi?
collected.
no,
all
I
of them.
collected one.
One
It
person.
was like,
wow.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it was
How
exceptional.
many do you need?
I like variety. Once I've seen it, I'm like, I need it, spice it up a little bit more.
Okay.
You know, that kind of thing.
How do you
How do we
spice
this up? I mean, he's got a little
Little sombrero hat?
Wait, why did we both go to sombrero hat? Like he's got a little mustache on the end of it.
Oh my God, a Groucho Marx dick pic would
Yes.
get me for sure.
I
Well,
get you
Hey,
laughing
Eric, if you're
or get you
listening.
off.
I mean, both.
Oh,
With a little mustache. Come on.
Wait, that's our FMK mustachios.
Oh, God.
Mustaches? Okay. Hot mustaches.
Can we do characters too or people?
I mean, I don't see why we couldn't do a character. I'm going to go with Magnum P.I.
There you go.
Ted Lasso.
That's that Tom Selleck. Ted Lasso, Magnum P.I. Oh, help me think of another one. Come on.
Okay.
Ron Swanson.
Oh, Ron Swanson.
that's a
Is a mustache.
Let's do the guy, not the character, because I like him.
Yeah.
What is his name?
Yeah, Nick Offerman. But it's like they don't always have mustaches.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
Jason Sudeikis doesn't always have a mustache.
You're right.
The character has
You're
a
right.
mustache.
You're
Yeah.
right. Okay,
And actually,
Ron
Nick
Swanson.
Offerman doesn't always have a mustache either, but he does as.
But he should.
Yeah.
Ron Swanson.
Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein. Oh my God.
Throw him in the mix. Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Hot
Classic.
older man.
Wait, who else we
Sorry,
got?
some of these are funny. Nietzsche. Hilarious. Hopper.
Dennis
Oh,
Hopper?
yeah.
No, Hopper from Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah. I never watched that, but yes.
He's got a great mustache. Frida Kahlo. They put her on this list.
Oh, rude.
But she was proud of her mustache.
mean,
yeah,
I'm
good.
Like, it's
Yeah,
okay.
good for her.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
No, I think we got it.
Okay.
I think Ted Lasso, Magnum P.I., Ron Swanson.
okay.
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 FMK.
And the characters.
Yep. The
I
character.
don't
Okay.
know Ron Swanson very well, so
I don't know
do
Magnum
need-
P.I. very well.
Okay,
So.
I don't really either. I mean,
Ron Swanson, I think you would, despite being a libertarian,
Yeah.
oh no,
that's his one
Oh,
in the
no.
negative column. But despite outside of that, I think, Cassie, you would actually really like Ron Swanson. Ron Swanson has a little bit of Chris energy.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like he's
Chris
also
is not a libertarian.
well, no,
No. But he's
really good with his hands. He's a carpenter. He can make anything.
Well, we know from the prior conversation that hands are a big deal to me. So
Yes, we do. Sarcastic.
spicy in the sack.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All
Yeah,
right.
a little wild.
He lets the women take the lead.
That's right.
in
He
the-
loves
in the
loves
sack.
a strong woman.
Loves a strong woman.
Yeah, you're right. I like this.
Yeah, yeah. He's a really good guy. I love Ron Swanson. He's hard on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah,
Love it.
I feel like Magnum is. I mean, it's Hawaiian cop porn.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of like a detective.
He's a little bit misogynist,
He's a
right?
private
He's
investigator
a-
because it is Magnum
P.I. Yeah.
Okay, so he's not a cop, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's private.
Wasn't he rich too? Didn't he have like a butler or something?
Yeah, I
I'm trying to
feel like-
remember.
a private investigator had a butler? Does he have generational
very-
wealth?
Do
very
not remember.
busy.
I may be misremembering lots of like this is going back. I would have been a
the
baby.
A-team, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. T.
Oh,
We
Mr.
missed
T
the
would have been a good one.
Do you have a mustache? I
And
feel
then,
like
of course,
he did.
there's Ted Lasso, who's soft on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is.
that's a skip.
fucking so soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a skip for me. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
I think I know what I'm gonna do.
okay.
I think I'm gonna marry Ron Swanson. You've
Yeah.
convinced me. It feels right.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm gonna.
You're gonna fuck Tom Selleck.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll say it for
I
you.
am. Yeah, I mean, come on. Tom Selleck, it's classic. I got to
It
be
seems
honest with you.
slippery. It does.
It does. And the only reason I'm like, there's the hesitancy is because I was like, he kind of like my head can't get around that new show that my parents love so much with him in
Oh,
it.
Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
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 I mean, for me, it's just like thinking about him in that era in general, in those like short shorts, like tan, baby oiled
listen.
up. Like, I'm going to slip and slide all over the fucking place.
Dude, baby shorts are coming back.
I love
I
Hoochie
kinda
Daddy
love it.
shorts.
Yes.
I made a whole TikTok
Show
about how I love
those fucking
slutty
thighs.
knees.
I want those
Get them
upper
slutty
thighs.
knees out.
Yes, I'm into it. We're saying it on this podcast. Like, men embrace the Hoochie Daddy short. Like, I want to see
Love
that
it.
thigh.
My
I do.
husband could absolutely pull off a Hoochie Daddy short. He's got incredible legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to fuck Tom Selleck.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, you said Hoochie Daddy shorts. Now here I am.
Yeah.
And then, but then I got a friend, Ted Lasso.
He's a good friend.
I mean, it just feels.
Yeah, he makes those cookies. I found a recipe for those, by
Oh,
the way.
hell
I'm
yeah.
very like.
I'm a shortbread fiend. I
I
fucking
have to
love shortbread.
I have to make them now because
Yeah.
I'm like I have to know what those shortbread cookies are.
I'm
like.
into it. I
Yeah.
love it. Yeah. Ted Lasso's such a good guy, but like,
will I ever be able to reciprocate that niceness to that extreme? Like it's just, and I feel like
that's the problem. Is like I really like Ted Lasso, but I couldn't be in a relationship because I would always be the villain. Always.
Yeah, it'd be my fault because I was being a bitch.
Because
you know
he's
what
always
I mean?
going to be
Like,
super understanding about like anything, which is
it's exhausting to be with someone like that.
It can be.
It is.
Yeah. So I can't marry him for that reason because I would always feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
Like I would always just never. I would be friends with that person.
Yeah.
I think like he's an incredible friend. He also does
Small doses.
He needs support because he's got his own issues.
Could you imagine you were fighting with your spouse and he came over for like to play games? You know what I'm saying? Like you get that night where you're just like, you just got done having like a real tight argument, and then here comes fucking this dude in your house.
I'm at the age where if I'm having an argument, game night's getting canceled.
You're like,
Sorry, I'm not inviting anybody into that energy. I don't care who you are.
Yep.
But yeah, so I can't marry him because for that reason. Like I think that we would be really good friends. I'd be there for him through his panic attacks.
Yeah.
You know, and he'd be there for me and bake me cookies, and that sounds amazing, and I love that. I'm gonna have to do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not thrilled about fucking Tom Selleck. But
did you see those legs in those shorts?
Look, I get it. Like, I get it. I get why people think that he's fucking hot.
Yeah.
I understand.
It was a vibe.
Yeah, he was on Friends, and I got it then, too, actually.
Oh, I got it on Friends. Yeah, for sure.
I get it, but there is just something. We're fucking Magnum P.I, right?
Yeah. Yeah, not Tom Selleck.
There's just something like banana scented about this entire situation.
Listen,
that I'm like, I don't know.
It smells like tropic. What is that stuff?
Hawaiian tropic.
Yes,
It
sure.
does. It does.
But
But
I'm okay with that.
at least the scenery is
I
nice.
used to like rub that oil on as a kid and just be like, yeah, I'm getting tan. And it was like legitimately oil.
Burning yourself.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah, truly.
I definitely did not do that when I was a kid, and I think we all know that by looking at me.
But yeah, so I'm gonna fuck him. It's good scenery. You're in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I feel like that'll be nice. I do feel like he's probably pretty good at it. Like I think all right.
Maybe you have a butler. I don't know.
And maybe there's a butler involved. I'm gonna
no
have
idea what I'm remembering.
fucking blueberry pancakes in bed.
There
Great
you go.
the next day.
I like this.
I'm all right with all of this actually.
Yeah.
And I am gonna marry Ron Swanson. I just think that he's got the perfect amount of like gruffness, but also like he makes good jokes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like him. He also has a good fuck off energy.
Yeah.
You know, like we're just gonna go sit in a cabin for a little while.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
I
that
do love it.
Sounds good.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like exactly what I need at this stage.
Dude, the DIY projects, his honey-do list would be a mile long.
You'd never have to pay anyone to do anything.
He would
ever.
happily
And
do it.
Man,
in case of
I think
apocalypse.
I'm Ron Swanson.
I'd be like, I want a pergola. And he'd be like, all right, honey.
Except that, Cassie, you like people too much. I think that that's the thing you'd struggle with being married to Ron Swanson is you're a city mouse and he's a country mouse.
Oh.
For sure. Whereas, like, you know, I feel like I would try being married to someone who would be completely ready for the apocalypse. Like,
Yeah. Listen, I don't mind visiting the country.
yes.
I just can't. I don't want to live there.
Yeah, you'd
I
have
hear
to have a city house and then, you know,
Country
you can go to the
house.
cabin once in a
Our
while.
little Lake Arrowhead space.
Yeah. He does live in Indiana. So
That's not going to work out. So.
no shade to our Indiana listeners.
No, I'm just saying, like,
For you.
Not for me.
He's going to have to live here. Like,
Yeah.
obviously. And our second place is not going to be in Indiana.
He'd struggle with
He'd
that.
hate it. Oh,
Yeah.
God. He'd hate LA.
I am definitely marrying Ron Swanson. We're two peas in a pod on most things. Obviously, not the libertarian
You could get him
stuff,
to come
but I
around,
could get
I
him to
think.
come around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Actually, here's what I think. I think Ron Swanson was a libertarian up until 2016.
yeah, I think
And
so
then
too.
he's one of those people who was like, all right, enough already.
yes. But I'm fucking Ted Lasso.
Okay. You know what? I think he could surprise you.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I love a people pleaser in bed.
Yeah.
So-
I think he could surprise you. He does have that relationship with Sassy on
Yes.
the show where it's just a purely sexual relationship, and she seems very satisfied.
Yeah.
So, and she's a strong lady.
Yes. So I think I am going to take that for a ride. So
He likes
Choo
strong
choo.
women, I
Yes.
think. Ted
Yes.
Lasso. Yeah.
yeah. And then I'll be like, shake hands. We'll go
Part
about
ways.
our days.
Goodbye. Can I have one of
Goodbye.
them biscuits?
I'm going to take these biscuits.
Yeah, you wouldn't need a butler with Ted Lasso. He'll bring you pancakes in
Yeah,
bed.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're good to go.
I feel like he wouldn't be checking his watch, like to see when you leave.
Like Tom
Russia.
Selleck.
Yeah. Tom's already like, oh, I'm doing a big arm stretch. Like,
You're ready to leave, though. Let's be honest.
yeah, oh,
The
totally.
next day.
You came there to do one thing and one thing only. It's time to go.
Could I just hop in the shower? Just brief. I
Yeah.
promise you it'll be
just
quick.
a rinse
just
off.
wanna rinse
It's
off.
Very oily.
Exactly. This is going to make me break out. I really just need to get it off my skin.
Just quick.
Oh, my God. Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with stories?
Sounds good.
And we're back. All right, Christina, kick us off.
Okay. This story starts... I was freshly single after a 6.5-year relationship, and being new to dating, I thought I'd give Tinder a shot. Godspeed. I matched with a decent-looking guy. We messaged each other back and forth a little. He was an engineering student at a nearby university and seemed nice enough, so when he said we should go on a date, I happily accepted. I show up to the ice cream parlor, and he's already there. He looks like his profile pictures, and things seem to be going well. We start talking about school and our interests, and I mention I want to be an IP attorney. I'm a law student, and he proceeds to rant to me about how copyright laws are stupid.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Love it.
Doing that about anybody's
no.
profession is a no-no. Like on a day, like okay,
Yeah.
like it just. We're here to
Do
have
you
a
do
good
that
time.
to your friends?
Yeah.
Do you know
I
what
bet
I mean?
you're fun at parties.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. He says he loves math. And I tell him, well, that's never been my favorite subject. The tables in the ice cream parlor are painted with chalkboard paint.
Uh-oh.
And there are buckets of chalk scattered throughout the ice cream parlor.
Oh, my nightmare is about to take place.
We're about to have a math off.
No. Oh, my God.
He's a mathlete, isn't he?
Oh, so in what I can only assume is in an effort to woo me, he forces me to do a math proof with him.
Swear to
Okay,
God.
Goodwill Hunting. Slow down, okay?
I swear to God. The way my anxiety just peaked right now, the way that I just got thrown back into high school.
Oh, man.
Do you like that anxiety? I've never been good at math, and whenever you had to do like a math problem in
That's
front
me
of
in
people,
English.
the anxiety that I would have if somebody tried to make me do this, I'd be like, absolutely
Am
fine.
I the biggest nerd on the planet?
No.
I'm like, I love math.
No.
Everybody has different subjects that they're good at or that they like.
Yeah.
Math has never been it for me. No.
I'm just so thankful that our education system is so poor in the States
Oh,
that it
Jesus.
focuses on like memorization, because the way I
doesn't
don't
anymore.
understand math in any way, I was just able to memorize things in order to get A's.
It does that now, which is so much better. And it's actually, it's the way, sorry, we're totally going to math talk here. But I hated having to memorize shit. And I was like, teach me how to actually understand it. And the new math is much better about that.
I wanted nothing to do with it either way. I was like,
This is not a part of my future.
It is not a part of my future. And the way everybody tried to shame you into being like, you're going to need to fucking know this. Well, guess what? I have a calculator on me at all times
Yeah.
in the form of my iPhone, and I don't need to know any of this. At any time, I can ask Siri what the percentage of anything is. I don't need to figure it out.
So
I wish we had a way in our education system that like really, that you can identify like what things like resonate with the kids, and then they'll be like, oh, this kid really enjoys math and science and stuff like that, and they go on that track.
We ain't got time for
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Come
yeah.
on. We're
That
not
doesn't,
going to
that doesn't make good little worker bees, Christina.
on.
Come on.
Okay, all right. Yes, you're right. So I'm not into it. At this point, we're almost finished with our ice cream, so I figure we're just going to part ways. Date's going to be over. But then he asks if I want to get a drink, thinking that, one, maybe our interactions will improve with some liquid courage, and two, a beer would taste great right now. I say yes. As we're walking toward the bar, he tells me he doesn't drink, so we have to go to a coffee shop.
What?
You don't say then. You wouldn't say then you want to go get a drink. You'd say, do you want to go get a coffee?
Yeah.
We
Exactly.
all know what a drink means.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop. She sighs. Okay, fine. I take us to the closest
Stimulant?
one.
You're taking the mathlete to go get a stimulant? No. Cut it off.
We both ordered tea. As we're drinking our tea,
This is going to get to actually very
Oh my
quickly.
God.
Just wait. as we're drinking our tea, he asked me what my favorite software application is.
Oh my God.
I tell him I don't have one. He then talks to me for 20 minutes about how much he loves Microsoft Excel.
Get out. It's time to leave. I swear to God.
I mean, same.
Sometimes people's Excel skills are impressive.
It's really cool.
I will say that. Like sometimes people are really like a whiz at Excel,
Like,
and I'm
ooh, a
impressed.
pivot table.
I didn't know that formula. That's amazing.
Ooh.
But it's not date talk.
Yeah. At this point, I'm extremely ready for this date to be over.
Yeah.
I finished the rest of my tea. I began walking us back to where he parked his car. While we're walking, he's telling me stories about growing up in Russia and how there was a stray cat that frequently would appear in his family's yard and how he's convinced this cat could see into the future and read his mind. I go along with it.
This took a turn.
That took a wild
He
turn.
seems like such a logical person. I wasn't expecting.
This is a very, yeah. So you're like, we hold multitudes, I guess.
Is it Schrodinger's cat? Are we sure it was there?
He then asked me how I would like to die if I got the choice.
Oh my God.
I said, I don't know, peacefully in my sleep, I guess. To which he responded, no, it has to be violent.
I'm going home.
No. 911. No. I'm not going to tell you how I want you to kill me.
No.
So.
I think he chose to die by being set on fire right before being thrown off a building. I was very relieved when we got to his car.
Hold on. I feel like if we are playing this game and asking those questions, you learn a lot about a person.
Yeah.
Somebody who is being set on fire is
and
probably
thrown off a cliff.
in my 3 least favorite ways
seems
to die.
very
Like,
painful.
why?
It sounds awful.
Yeah. No. I'll take the billionaire submarine death, actually.
Yeah, instant.
It's instant. Yeah. Upon seeing his car, he says, oh, that's funny. We're back where we started. No, it's not funny. It's intentional. He's not getting the hint.
God.
And being new to dating, I'm not assertive enough to tell him this date isn't working and I'd like to go home.
Oh, no.
Instead, we walk around town and he asks me if I want to see a movie or get some dinner.
What's going on? No.
Girl.
Before I can respond, he's pulling up some movie show times.
Okay.
I finally tell him I actually made plans with my friends for the night because I thought we were just getting ice cream. But then he starts getting pouty, so we continue walking.
We're definitely over
Man
now.
is so unattractive to me.
I know.
No, you could not have picked a worse person.
You're triggered. So
Can you imagine being on this date?
that just goes on and on and on. No.
Now, while we were back in the coffee shop, I sent a text message to my friend saying how horribly this date was going, but I wasn't sure how to shake the guy. My friend comes through with the emergency phone call, which my date calls me out for right away.
He's had this happen before.
Yes. He's like, I know this play. I get embarrassed and try to play it off like it was an actual emergency, but I'm not convincing.
Oh, no.
But by this time, we've actually once again walked back by his car. Same response as before. Oh, funny how we're back here. So finally, I just say, listen, I need to go meet with my friends. It was nice to meet you.
Yeah. Bye.
He again gets a little pouty and insists he walks me to my friend's house. I try again and again to tell him it's not necessary and that I prefer if he didn't walk me there, but he can't be swayed.
So fucking creepy. That is
I know.
so creepy when people can't take no.
I know. That's such a red flag.
It's
just
dangerous.
Like,
I don't like that.
if you're not going to take no about this, what else are you not going to take no
right,
about?
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We get to my friend's street and I stop a few houses before hers. This is it. Thanks for the ice cream, I say. He grabs my arm and goes in for a kiss.
Get off.
I recoil. I make my way to the door of the house that is not my friend's, and I only turn around to make sure he's walking away. He is, so then I run to my friend's house a few houses down and tell her about the terrible date I just had.
Oh, my God.
A few hours later, he texts me, thanks a lot. I had to eat McDonald's alone.
Oh, poor baby. Had to eat McDonald's alone.
He texted me a few more times after that and even sent me more messages on Tinder. And probably 2 months later, sent me a message saying, I'm assuming you don't want to see me again. Can I ask what went wrong?
Your calculations are correct, sir.
Did you plug that into Excel?
Everything went wrong. Everything
Equals sum.
Yes, exactly. Drag drop.
You really could, like, that is a nightmare date
Yeah.
for me.
You were specifically triggered on that one.
So,
What's your favorite software application?
PowerPoint.
oh my God.
I actually like Google Sheets.
Oh God.
Oh, I don't want to tell a man like that I prefer Google Sheets to Excel. Are you ready for like
oh God. That's awful.
mansplaining of a lifetime?
Actually Google Sheets is it's
inferior
product. Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Sweet Jesus. Okay. I'll go next. I was 20 and in college. I had met this kid in my ethics class, and he seemed nice. We would talk briefly, and he seemed like a fine guy. I worked on campus at a coffee shop, and when he'd stop by, I'd give him free samples just to be friendly. We had exchanged numbers to work on a class project, but he texted me one day to ask if I wanted to come to his dorm room to watch a movie. Since we weren't 21, dorm parties were a regular occurrence, and I thought nothing of it. He told me there would be some guys from his hall there, and I agreed. I showed up to his dorm room, and there was no one else there, not even his roommate. So this was a date.
And there was the sock on the door.
So this was a date. All right, kind of weird that you told me that people would be here, but I'll just roll with it. He turns on super bad.
Oh, that's not the
Jesus.
one. Come on.
It's a 21-year,
It really is.
18-year-old
Truly.
move.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
a few years earlier, it would have been Zoolander.
Oh, God.
At some point, there was Anchorman
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a bunch of options.
American Pie, if you're going back far enough.
Yeah.
I boned to a lot of early 2000s
Yep.
comedies.
Super bad. Just, oh.
Yeah.
He turns on Superbad and we watch in silence. Out of nowhere, he says, I'm really good at eating girls out.
Oh, shit. All right.
Okay.
Get to it. Get busy, brother.
We ain't doing nothing else.
I guess.
I was flabbergasted because this came out of nowhere and was pretty awkward. I kind of laughed it off and said something along the lines of, good for you. Silently, we kept watching.
Prove it.
That would be you.
I bet
Cassie.
you suck at it, actually. Prove it. Do you want me to
Silently.
humiliate you? Or sorry.
Could you fill out this quick questionnaire first? I feel like that would be so awkward, though. Like, you throw out something like that, and then you silently go back to watching Super Bad.
Just
God.
the tension.
Awful.
Not good.
No. Blah, blah. I should have listened to my instincts to get the hell out of there, but I felt too awkward. Suddenly, he was asking me all these inappropriate sexual questions. How many people have you had sex with? I'm not shy, so I gave him the answer, but it took me a minute or so to think. He got all up in my face and said, ew, you're dirty. It took you that long to think of all the guys?
Honestly, get bent, dude.
The number was 5, so really not that many.
And
Honestly,
if it
doesn't matter.
was 500, who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, the body count thing.
So stupid.
It's so dumb, and I feel like it's recent. Like, I feel like I didn't hear these conversations happening until recent on the internet. I'm like, what?
It is popping
No,
back up.
it is popping back up. It was huge.
when we were
Yeah.
younger,
I mean, the first thing that I thought of is that joke in the Clerks or whatever of how many blowjobs her Veronica gave or whatever. And he was like, that's like a big plot thing in the movie is that Veronica's given a lot of blowjobs. And so,
That's so fucking
Man.
stupid.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the 90s.
Misogyny.
Everything turned into a competition. This next bit was the last straw. Still in that competitive mindset, he says, I bet I've had a harder life than you.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
What the fuck is this? Impression Olympics.
Ooh. We're going to have a
Trauma off.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Nothing puts me in the mood more than hearing and talking about trauma.
I say, why? Well, fuck me for asking.
Why?
He pulls out a large knife from his top bedside drawer
I got chills.
and tells me his brother held it to his neck when he was a kid.
No.
I grabbed my coat and ran the fuck out of
Yeah. Oh my God.
bedside.
the fuck?
Why do you have a giant?
Why do you have a knife that was supposedly, because I'm calling bullshit on this story. If anybody was holding that knife on anybody, I'm assuming it was the other way around, because who has that knife still
It's weird.
in their bedside?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
weird.
If somebody tried to attack you with a weapon, you keeping that in your bedside now?
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, people deal with trauma in all kinds of ways, but it's very fucking weird.
But it's also weird for that person to have no kind of awareness whatsoever.
You're alone with a girl.
And you pull out like a weapon like that.
Yeah.
That's,
Especially if it's been used on you. That's my
That's-
point. Like, you're just not...
Yeah.
What?
And it looks like he was looking for a way to bring this up, because why else would you
yeah,
know, like
100%.
I bet I've had a harder life than you. Just waiting for that. Like, why?
Cool.
You know, I got back to my dorm and started banging on my friend's door to let me in. I looked behind me down the hallway, and there he was.
No, he isn't.
oh my God.
The kid following me. I know. I know. You're looking at me like I did it.
Oh my God. That is a horror movie.
So scary. Followed her down the hallway. My friend finally answered the door, and I charged in, slamming the door behind me, automatically locking it. I drank a lot of vodka that night. TLDR, trust your instincts when they tell you to get the hell out of a situation.
Dude, that person's not okay.
Not well. No.
Wow.
Shit.
Dude, that's
a
terrifying.
nightmare.
You told, I think, another story a long time ago of the guy that was like running behind her while she put the keys up.
Yeah,
I like
trying
thought
to
it was
get the keys
and I was
in.
like, we were screaming, sweating.
Yeah,
now.
because I mean,
God.
like, this is like when you take it all together as well, where it's like he lied to get her alone.
yeah.
He had a weapon on hand.
Damn.
He followed her down the hall. Like, all those things are so like
Well, fuck me
dangerous.
for following that.
Yeah,
Jesus
getting an
Christ.
SA vibe for sure.
God.
Yeah.
Woof.
Oh,
God,
terrifying.
yikes. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it would scare me.
sorry.
Here's my story. I went out on a date with a guy from Bumble the other day. He seemed like a nice guy, and he was. He was a little awkward, but so am I, so I didn't think too much of it. We went bowling. I lost severely. Would be me. I hate bowling.
Yeah.
I'm suck at it so bad. But we were in good spirits. We went back to his place. I just wanted to get to know him a little more. And after a while of being there, I made it very clear that I don't have sex on first dates. Also, I was on my period, but he doesn't need to know until my time of the month. We sat down on his bed. He put on a show I was talking about earlier. His dog was there, and we were just laughing and talking. Then a small lull in the conversation happens, and he reaches for a bit of my hair, sniffs it, and says, "That smells nice." I just laughed
ready.
nervously. I just laughed nervously. Can you imagine? Okay. That
Herbal
smells nice.
essences.
All I hear now is goodbye horses for some reason. The ding ding.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh, God.
That's such a good song, and it will always be
Yeah.
associated with Buffalo Bill.
I'd fuck me.
Yeah.
This smells good.
Oh, God.
Progress.
Oh, God. Fuck, my day's ruined. After some time, we made out for a little bit. And he does this thing where he sucks the bottom lip very hard.
No!
And for a
You're gonna
long
have a bruise.
time with every kiss. I
hate it.
genuinely think my lips started to bleed a little while it was in his
Is
mouth.
she Sagittarius? That's her erogenous zone.
I'm
right?
gonna pee my pants.
Yes, it was swollen when I left. He also went for He also went for the nipples and stayed there for a very, very long time. All I could do was look up at the ceiling or at his dog. At his dog.
No. So many things. The nipples are an on-ramp. You're not, it's not the freeway.
It's not the destination.
It's not the destination. It's the journey.
No. What are you expecting something to come out of there?
No.
Also,
It
like,
doesn't
you
feel
can't-
good after a while.
You can't suck on them to the point where they're like getting swollen and shit. Like,
And
come
if you're
on.
just not trying to have sex, you're just fooling around, and all you're doing is just staring at the fucking ceiling. Ding, ding. No, Christina, stop it.
the listeners listeners can't see that Christina's doing the Buffalo Bill dance.
It's so creepy.
No, dude, like just like aggressive. People kiss so different. Like, I think that's such an you have to have the same kissing vibe as someone, and like some people do weird shit. Like I made out with this guy one time,
But he sucks on your lip that hard. Now he's gonna move on to the nipples.
Dude, what
That's
would he
what
do with
I'm
your
saying.
clit?
downstairs, exactly. Yeah, everything's swollen. Everything's swollen.
After that, we laid there for a bit, and I could feel and hear him sniff my hair a couple of times.
Whoa!
I finally just had to just say, I need to go home. He struggled with that for a second, but I was putting on my shoes anyway. We made it all. What made it all even worse was that he didn't walk me to the front door. He didn't even move. Like, I get not walking me to my car, that's fine, but I'm at your house, a place I don't know. Please walk me to the front door.
It just seems like whining. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's being like,
I think he got a boner and didn't want to stand up is what I think.
I just think he's like being a petulant little baby.
Probably both. Also, when I say I don't do sex on the first date, I mean, I don't do other things either. He really struggled with that. But it's a policy I put in place for everyone, even if I'm really into them. And this honestly isn't the worst first date I've ever had. Probably the second worst date, though. I'm like,
write it in.
Oh.
I need to know.
Tell me more.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude.
That's, yeah.
Ay.
None of these
Yikes.
men are for me.
No. No, it's not doing it for me. This is not hitting any of my erogenous zones.
No.
No, my hands are out.
Oh my God. Well, you guys want to take 5 and we'll come back with the Tainted Love?
Yes. And we're back. Precious.
All right, I have got a Tainted Love for you. I think it won't be incredibly long, but this one, I know that I've seen the Dateline about it. I read an article in People about it. It's one that's been on my list for a long time to do because it's freaking wacky, and we'll just dive in.
Okay.
So this is in upstate New York. Lloyd and Michelle are high school sweethearts. Mm-hmm. They just love each other. They get married like right out of high school.
I always think about that Aziz Ansari bit where he's like, I'm not going to meet anybody interesting in my 20s or 30s. Let's just nail this down right now. You know, like whenever you get married, like as a teenager, it's just like, what are you doing?
What do you think? Yeah, exactly. You're skipping like the most fun part. But anyways, they are all in, like, but Michelle's parents are like, this guy, like, really, like, are you sure? But
Putting the settling down, huh?
yeah, like they don't love him. Like the mom is like, he's kind of like arrogant, very cocky.
I hate
you
that.
know, it just didn't
An
like
arrogant teenager. Ugh.
Yes.
The worst.
The worst. But they're like, you know, like we supported, you know, it is what it is. And they turn around. So they have like 3 daughters, like back to back to back. They're raising a young family. She's a prolific writer, super, super talented, very smart. Lloyd, on the other hand, kind of struggles. The Great Recession happens in 2008, and he can only really find work in New Jersey. And so that separation just kind of ends up breaking their family apart, and they go through a divorce. The oldest daughter lives with
Just me waving off the edge of my boat.
Bye. Yes. The oldest daughter goes to live with Lloyd, and the youngest 2 stay with Michelle. Now, friends of the family say that like Lloyd didn't work as much as Michelle, so he was the one that was always with the girls doing their activities. Like, you know, the middle child was in ballet class, and they were just like, he was really super involved, and he's a guy. Most of the other parents there were the moms.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like the
ballet
mom,
dad.
yeah, exactly. They were like, oh, he was like such a girl dad, but you know, he was really involved with the kids, and like you could tell like he had a really close relationship with his daughters. So Carrie, the middle child, takes it really hard, this divorce. She's a teen at the time, and she's like, fuck you, mom. You know, she's in that fuck you, mom phase.
Yeah.
you know,
All
mom,
been there.
yeah, exactly. And like every 14, 15-year-old girl is like, fuck you, mom, you know.
I was a mama's girl, so it.
Oh, gotcha.
She's like
didn't-
not relatable.
Oh, she's like, I don't know what you're talking
I don't know
about.
what you're talking about.
I was an equal opportunity fuck you
Yeah,
to both
fuck
my
you
parents.
parents.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Same.
But I think if my parents had been separated at the time, I definitely would have been fuck you to whoever was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of tried to play them off of each other to get what I wanted.
the way that you would manipulate a divorce.
Yeah, my selfishness at that age knew no bounds.
Yeah.
I would have definitely tried to play that to my advantage. So, you know, Carrie's like, all right, like I'm almost out of this house. They're living for a few years. The police get called a few times because her and her mom are getting into screaming matches and stuff. No like physical violence, but it's like loud enough that the neighbors are like, Jesus, 911, like this is crazy. So finally, she's like, all right, this is it. I'm going to college. You can't tell me what to do anymore. Blah, 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 blah. She's going to go to college in Rochester. So her dad comes to like help her like move in, that kind of thing. It seems like it's going to be getting better, right? Well, there's a morning where a friend of Michelle's was supposed to pick up the youngest daughter to go to swim practice. And he gets up to the door and they have one of those like front doors that has mostly glass.
Yeah.
So he can see in that it looks like Michelle's just standing on the stairs, but not moving. And it's all dark inside. So he's like, nope. And he calls the cops immediately. They go in and she's hanging from the banister
Oh my
on
God.
the stairs. So she is deceased. And the youngest daughter, the 14-year-old, is nowhere to be found. So they're like, what in the fuck? They're calling everybody thinking like, is this an abduction? Like, what is happening? They're looking around. They're like, maybe it's a suicide. We don't know. Well, they find the 14-year-old when they call Carrie, the middle daughter. She's like, oh yeah, no, I was at mom's house last night. We got into a huge fucking fight. And I took the 14-year-old with me. I was like, fuck you, you know, and I took her to my new college apartment and she stayed the night. So they're like, okay, cool. They call Lloyd and he's like, yeah, I haven't talked to my ex-wife in like forever or whatever.
Right.
And they're like, okay, well, maybe it's a suicide. It looks like she threw herself like off the balcony. She's got a rope around her neck. But there's a detective that's like, I don't know. Even though Lloyd is saying like she's been talking about suicide and she took the divorce hard, he's like some things are not adding up. And there's also not a note, which her friends are like, Michelle was like a prolific writer. This doesn't make any sense. She's just not the type.
She would use her
and
words.
she would have used her words. Exactly. So they're like, okay, Lloyd, just like come sit, like talk to us. We need to know like more information about your marriage, your divorce, that sort of thing. Lloyd gives off the same exact energy as the dad in Natalia Grace.
Oh, no. The worst energy. Oh, God.
You're immediately like, I'm like skin crawling. Like, so
something's not right here.
Something is not right.
You're like, this isn't right.
He's being so helpful and so nice guy.
It feels like a performance.
It feels performative.
Yeah.
Exactly. Where he's just like, she was emotional. She would throw tantrums. She was unstable.
You know the worst thing about that vibe, like the dad from Natalia Grace, is they very clearly think they're smarter than they are. And it reads
smartest person in the
so
room.
hard. Yeah, like ugh.
And I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to like throw male cops under the bus, but I feel like any fucking female off the street would be able to pick that up immediately, if not sooner. And I think seasoned cops know that kind of vibe too and pick up on it. But I mean, I immediately, when I saw like, because they videotaped the interview, when I saw it, I was like, I have the ick immediately.
Yeah.
So immediately.
And then and you always have to just a little side eye with that, like, she's crazy.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? Narrative, like it's not. I just feel like genuinely most people don't talk about other people that way, especially if like your ex-wife has died by suicide.
Yeah.
I don't feel like you would talk about it like that. Oh,
Even
she
if
throws
she was
tantrums. She's did it. I feel
Even if
like
it was your ex, you'd be
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
even
my
if it was your
kids,
ex,
you know.
and even if she was having mental health issues, I feel like you would say it in a more, unless you're just an asshole.
Yeah,
You're just an asshole.
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, he was saying that they had been going back and forth for years, like in this custody battle, because he wanted custody of the girls. And they were just going back and forth about it. And she was constantly screaming at him. And his girls told him that she was unstable and just like not taking it well. So like suicide was absolutely believable. And so, yeah, they do the autopsy and everything. And they're like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of consistent with suicide. But there's also weird little things like scratches on her face that look like maybe she was trying to
Oh no.
get the rope off. Also at the scene, like her bed has been like pushed a little. Like it's not where it should, like the mattress, I mean, is off the bed frame.
askew.
And then there's like a smudge on the wall.
That feels like a struggle.
Exactly. So that's what the detective is like, you know, it looks like a struggle. Like things are not adding up.
Yeah.
So her friend Rose is adamant no. Lloyd is absolutely wrong. Lloyd is the crazy one, not Michelle.
Yeah.
Lloyd is abusive, controlling, manipulative, and is constantly like demeaning and critical of Michelle, and has been like since they were in high school. Nothing was ever good enough. She was a shit mom. She didn't know how to raise the kids.
That's
and in
interesting.
fact, some of her friends have even noticed him using the girls as weapons against Michelle, like teaching them to talk to Michelle that way.
That's
So
awful.
literally,
Can you imagine how they feel now?
oh my,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think that's the most.
That's
So not
tragic.
only like are you being emotionally abusive, but now you're teaching your kids how to emotionally abuse their
or
mother.
You're manipulating them.
Yeah.
That's what's really about. And then, yeah, oh God, I can't imagine the psychological place that puts you
When you grow up
Yeah.
and you have some perspective and you
Yeah.
look back on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
being
that's gotta
gaslit
be
by your own father
Yeah.
to act in a way that is not second nature for you.
right. So the mom is especially distraught.
Of course.
I mean, not only is her daughter dead, but they'd actually been estranged for 10 years. And it wasn't over an argument. And in fact, when she thinks back now, she thinks that possibly it was another way of Lloyd isolating her daughter. So they hadn't spoken in 10 years. So she's devastated.
That's tragic.
So her, Michelle's sister and her mom are like, we never liked Lloyd. We always thought he was arrogant. Like they're telling the cops, like, you got to look into this. And in fact, the mom, Jeannie, is looking through her daughter's journals, court documents, texts, screenshots of texts that she had left. And they're like presenting all of this. They're like, look,
Right.
so it's not just like he said, she said. This is like screenshots of text. This is how he would speak to her. This is how he would harass her through
Wow.
the court, that kind of thing.
They're like, oh, we have receipts. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you can say she's unstable all you want, but we've got actual like
It's
fucking
so
receipts.
sad to me though, like when this family should just be grieving
Mm-hmm.
and trying to like manage their grief through this like unbelievable loss. They're having to, and maybe it helps them process their grief. I don't know, but like they're having to fucking do all this shit, like
Like go to battle, basically.
go to battle, like dig through all of these things and read all of these potentially like painful and difficult exchanges. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the mom even says, she's like, it was just so heartbreaking to see, you know, what she had been going through, you know, the past 10 years and like not being able to be there for her. And I'm like, God, that's fucking tragic. But the problem is, so they have all these suspicions, right? But Lloyd has an alibi. So remember, Carrie had moved into her college apartment in Rochester, which was like a while away. And he's like, yeah, I helped her get her stuff or whatever and helped her move in. And I was at the hotel all night, and they pull his cell phone records and they're like, yeah, his cell phone was there matches the story. And so Carrie's the one that puts herself at the scene at the time of the murder. So they're like 19-year-old Carrie, who's kind of petite. They're
but
like
also who has been fighting with her mom. So there's like, you know.
So they're like, something turned deadly, you know, that kind of thing. So they start to zero in on Carrie. And so its cell phone records actually show her there at the house for 2 hours, which they were like, we thought you were just like in and out. Like you came to get stuff or whatever and then got in this argument with your mom and then left with your sister. Also, the youngest daughter tells cops that she woke up to hear screaming. And then Carrie came and got her and was like, we got to leave now. So they're like, okay, like, you got to call Carrie we think it's you. Yeah. So they actually set up a tap on Carrie's cell phone as well as Lloyd's, which I was like, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could tap people's cell phones.
Yeah, what state is
different
it?
States
New York.
Have different laws about stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I just didn't even know it was like possible. You know what I mean? I know how you tap a landline,
right,
but
right. But I think you have to have like a wire or like a
warrant.
Warrant, thank you.
Yeah, but what you're saying, Christina, is that you didn't even know you could tap cell phones?
Oh. Yeah. I didn't know you could do that.
Oh.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know the
know.
science.
No, I mean, if technology, if like the world had to start over again, I somehow survived, we would not have cell phones.
No.
I would not know how to make one from scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Literally no clue how they work. And I don't want to go on a date with a guy who's going to try and explain it to me. Right. I don't need to
care.
know.
No.
I don't care.
Or not recreating.
Fine.
It's using microwaves. Right?
Microsoft Excel, none of that stuff. It's all going away.
Magnets, how do those work?
Exactly. We don't need them in the new world. I'm going to say we're better off without.
I'm with you on that. Like, let's just go back.
Let some of that stuff go.
Let it go.
Some inventions, awesome.
Keep them.
Would love to keep.
Would love to. Neat,
electric mixer, a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Washing dry machine.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of things I want to keep, but a cell phone I could actually, I'm fine.
Yeah.
We don't need it.
Yeah.
Maybe a flip phone.
Maybe a flip phone. We'll stop at the razor. Yeah. That's it.
Don't let it go beyond
internet
that.
access.
No.
Dead ass.
No.
I used to access the internet on my razor.
I know.
And thinking about the way that it looked on that tiny fucking
so
screen.
awful.
Like Facebook on this itty bitty screen.
Oh, it's MySpace.
Just like horrifying. I had Facebook on it. I remember getting on Facebook on my razor.
Damn.
But
Yeah.
God, what a time to be alive. It is so hard to explain the way that I would. Don't do this, listeners. But I would text and drive with those keys where you had to hit like a million times.
T9
Yeah,
texting.
and you had to like learn how to.
Wow.
I never used T9. I just like memorized how many clicks for each letter on each one. But it wasn't T9 because T9 was like there was a specific. You could text without using T9. You just had to hit the number however many times.
Multiple times.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, T9 was predictive, is what you're saying.
Yes. And I didn't use it. So I was just texting, driving, knowing which.
Oh my God. What a time to be alive. Oh my God.
And now I can't
on the road.
live without autocorrect. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, except I never say ducking.
Never.
It's never
not once.
ducking.
Not
so
once.
yeah, get on that. Apple.
I think they're working on it. I heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let me say fucking. That's all I want.
You know what the people want.
Exactly. So, but they're like, seriously though, she's like tiny, so it can't be her. They still get the ick from Lloyd, and they're like, he's got to be involved somehow. So
I feel you because when I was watching that Natalia Grace documentary, I'm like, you got to be involved.
You did shit.
You did
something.
You did something. Some people put off that energy,
dude. When he hit that carpet like that, I was like, you are.
I
so
felt such cringe for the camera people.
Oh, I would not have been able to be there. I literally was like, my jaw was on the floor. That whole documentary.
Me too.
Apparently, their update is coming out soon with her talking and telling her side of the story.
I love it.
I'm going to watch it.
I'm in.
Yeah, because fuck them. That's why. So the cops decide to ratchet up the pressure a little bit because they're like, okay, we can hear them having their calls and stuff like that. So they call Carrie. And they're like, yeah, Carrie, we have some questions for you. Can you look at your schedule and see when you can come in? We want to question you more about that night or whatever. She's like, yeah, sure. I'll get back to you.
Calls dad
Immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Calls dad.
What do they call it? Tickling the line or something like that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, idiots. So she calls the dad and she's like, what do I do? Like the cops or whatever. And he's like, well, get out of it, say that you can't, that you're still so
out of it.
The fuck is this guy is a fucking
get out of it
dummy.
with the cops, like you're canceling a dinner date.
Exactly.
What?
He's like, tell them you have counseling, you have too much going
You're
on with
busy.
school, and you're still so distraught. He's like, it'd be great if you could cry too. Is literally, so the cops call it the lie and cry combo, because he literally tells her to lie to the cops and then cry so that she could get out of it.
I can't wait to hear this phone call.
Oh, it's so cringe.
Because I'm sure she follows his advice.
Yeah, they're like laughing about it, the whole thing. And meanwhile, the cops are like,
what?
The only job I would want as a police officer.
Just listening to the
Eavesdropping.
tea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha, bitch. So they're like, immediately they go, not long after that, like ambush, pick up Lloyd and pick up Carrie at the same time, separately talk to them. Lloyd sticks to his story, but Carrie folds immediately.
Again, how many times do we have to say it? Stop including teenagers on your schemes. Stop it. Just
They're
stop
not
doing
reliable.
It. They're not reliable. Dateline just re-released that Pam Smart
Oh,
episode.
yes.
And I'm
Oh my
just
God,
like,
yes. I just
lady, and she got caught because she had like a bunch of teenagers do it, and then they all talked to each other. And I'm like, yeah, they're fucking high schoolers.
Yeah.
It's not going to work.
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen?
I know. These people have an inflated sense of like the amount of control that they have over other people.
They're underestimating how scary it is to be questioned about murder.
Oh, I'd be talking immediately.
I would have folded.
Tell you everything you need to know.
What do you need?
So basically, Carrie tells this fucking terrible story about how her dad for like months had been saying like, I need you to make a choice. Like, I cannot pay alimony anymore. This is ruining my life. Like, I'm trying to get custody of the youngest daughter. It's not working. So either I will unalive myself or you help me unalive your mom.
What a terrible person. Wow.
What?
Wow. I mean, what is wrong with that person psychologically?
Can you fucking imagine? That is what this father tells this daughter. Like,
Wow.
do you, if you loved me, like,
You got to pick.
you have to choose a parent that gets to live. Yeah.
Ugh.
A fucking teenage
Sick.
girl. How
That's
disgusting is that?
Disgusting.
Absolutely fucking awful. She's in tears. She's like breaking down in the cop station. So she tells them everything. She's like, yes, I went in that night. I managed to get like Lloyd in or whatever. He goes up to her room, confronts her. She can hear her mom screaming like, what are you doing here? You know what I mean? Because
You don't live here. It's the middle of the night. That would be so scary.
Right. Yeah. And so she actually also ends up helping her dad position her mom's body and then gets the 14-year-old out of there while Lloyd like finishes staging the scene or whatever. So cops are like, okay, it's terrible. So January of 2018 is when that happened. They like immediately charged both of them. Carrie's charged, Lloyd is charged. But because they both plead like not guilty, which is bananas to me, Carrie ends up, once she's in jail and away from her dad, is like, wow, this is jail. And also is not under her dad's control, because let's be honest, like who knows what her whole life, if that's what he felt comfortable saying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Once she's like out from under his control, she's like, can I please talk? And agrees to be like the star witness and everything like that.
So they give her a deal.
They give her a deal. Yeah, I think they end up charging her with like manslaughter and some other stuff. But so yeah, she flips on her dad, and instead once she does that, the dad changes his plea to guilty and actually confesses to all of it and is like, yes, I used my daughters to emotionally abuse my wife.
That's fucking disgusting.
And I just didn't want to pay alimony anymore. And, you know, like goes through the whole thing. And yeah, it gets life in prison. But yeah, that is the horrific tale of Lloyd and Michelle Neurauter.
Wow.
Yeah, I just can't imagine, like, you hear all the time in divorces and stuff like that, people using their kids as pawns.
This is beyond
to hurt someone else, but this is like so beyond that it just gives me chills. And I know on TikTok just recently, it's been going around about that one guy, Alan. Yeah. And so that's why it brought this case into my head of just how fucking...
Wait, what's the Alan thing?
So this is a guy, his wife was dying of cancer. So she had cancer. She was in bed a lot. She took a lot of the videos from bed, but not all of them. And it's just like, it's hard to watch. It's videos
really hard
of him just yelling at her, berating her, calling her filth, calling her an idiot in front of their kids. And then also, he's pretty emotionally abusive to the children as well. And then she did end up passing away from cancer, and he has custody of the kids. And he's terrible to the kids too. So people are trying to petition to get those kids away from him.
Yeah, because he abused her through the court system too. Yeah. Because that's the thing, he was a lawyer, so he knew how to do it.
And he's awful. The stuff that he says to her.
And she's filmed it.
And she's filming all of it. And it's...
Was she putting it up?
She put it on Facebook, I think, right before she passed.
Yeah.
She's like,
so it's all over.
See this.
It's all over TikTok. Yeah, because I think she was worried about the kids.
Of course.
Yeah, because he took the kids away from her before she passed. So... It's so fucking terrible.
It's awful.
That's
so it just makes me think, like, and I know we've done the Betty Broderick story and everything. It's just like, yeah, divorce is awful and hard and everything, but when people abuse kids or use kids as weapons or abuse the court system and all this stuff to be so fucking nasty.
Some people shouldn't have children. Truly. Yeah. Some people aren't not set up to have kids. And unfortunately, people like this are so fucking narcissistic that they wouldn't ever admit that they're not capable of being parents.
Right.
Of being good parents. Is the type of people who wouldn't be capable of it. Because it's like, yeah, this guy should not have children.
Yeah.
I don't know. It makes me really... upset.
And he was willing to, and here's the other thing too, when he was being questioned by cops the second time, they asked him, they were like, you know, Carrie and Michelle were having lots of fights. Like, can you imagine her being violent? Can you picture her being violent? And he's like,
wow.
You know, like really like milking it. And I was just like, yeah, your fucking daughter.
Wow.
It's so fucking gross.
It's terrible because it's just like the trauma that you are continuing by doing that, because like it's going to take so much for all of these kids to recover.
Yeah.
If they ever recover.
I mean, imagine just being that 14-year-old.
Yeah. Being in the house.
Yeah. Well, one thing that really touched me and actually teared me up from the end of it is like her closest friend had brought up earlier in the episode that she's like, it's so weird. Like a month before all of this happened, like Michelle ended up coming to me and being like, if something ever happens to me, promise me you'll take care of my daughters. And so that like stuck with her. And so after the trial, she made sure to go and visit Carrie in jail.
Wow.
Because she's like, that's what Michelle would have wanted. Like she took responsibility. She was manipulated. She feels that she was a victim in this whole thing. And so made sure to go and visit.
It's your dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like no matter, like, yes, like you can think for yourself and you can make your own decisions and all of that stuff. But like a parental figure
saying something like that to you.
Right. Yeah. And probably has been slowly brainwashing you for a long time. Like, yeah, that's tragic.
But I just thought that was so moving because not even the mom, Jean, is like, I haven't been able to forgive.
Wow.
Like, So yeah, this friend Rose is like kind of stepped in to help carry out.
So who's taking care of the 14-year-old?
It didn't say. Yeah, I think because she was underage.
Sure.
I didn't see anything about her in any of the articles.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I don't know. In my mind, I was like, oh, did she take on?
Yeah, I mean, Michelle had a sister.
Oh, okay.
So
she had
maybe.
Family.
Yeah. I think she had some family, but yeah, I just, like I said, I really, this one really got to me. I can't even imagine being in that position as a daughter, like having someone say that to you is so wild to me.
Yeah. Oh, and like Keegan said, it's your father. So you have this immediate, like, automatic trust built in. So it's different than just being like trusting somebody tells you to do something, it's
right.
It's so much more
trust,
ingrained.
Love, desire for approval.
Yeah.
Like all of those things.
A lot tied into it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, well,
yeah, I know exactly. Change the bummer.
What do you watch on?
Well, I'm not watching anything new, but I am listening to Elliot Page's memoir, Page Boy.
Oh,
yeah.
How was that?
It's good. It's tough.
Yeah.
Because the amount of like homophobia from the jump that he got, because he talks about like he was always like the term like tomboy fit best growing up, but received so much, even before he came out, like just received so much homophobia growing up, and then of course coming out, that didn't stop that, and then the transphobia that he's experienced. It's tough, but it's also like such a brave thing to talk so openly about, and it's great.
Good.
Recommend it.
Oh geez, what am I watching? I've actually been watching Expedition Unknown. That's what I was like trying to think of the words.
Oh, is that on Nat Geo?
Yeah, but you can get it on Max.
Oh, okay.
I've always watched that show. It's just the new season's up, so I've been hitting that.
Nice.
I love all that archaeology nerd stuff. You know me.
Yeah, it's been a pretty light week for me. So mainly like a lot of stuff that I'm putting on before bed.
Yeah.
So we've been ready to like move and everything. So a lot of comfort shows like
House Hunters
Antiques,
International,
Road Show and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to turn off like DIY shows because I was getting to the point, you guys, where I like had this scheduled out day by day. I was like, and then on this day we build the deck, and then on this day we have to pour the concrete slab for the it was, and I'm like, and we still have
That
to
sounds
like
like
pack
you,
and
totally.
move. Like I had it.
Did you use
written
Excel?
out? No. PowerPoint, Google Sheets. No. But yeah, so I had to like really like stop watching the house shows and be like, we just need to pack.
Yeah,
and get
one
there
thing at a time.
One thing at a time. We don't have to get everything done immediately, if not sooner.
Power moving? What are you talking about?
I know.
I don't even understand.
So yeah, a lot of like Antiques Roadshow and stuff like that. So
awesome.
Well, if you guys have something that we should watch, or if you have a terrible date story to share, go to our one-stop shop of website. It's myworstatepodcast.com, and we love you so much. Cheers.
This is a Glass Box Media Podcast.